everyone, it's Agranath here from The Right Way, and I came across this article just recently, and it's quite old. It was back in December 6th, 2022, but this figured this would be very interesting for us in the midst of this culture war where you're not allowed to say anything against people of different races or different genders or sexualities or so on, but it's okay for the people on that side of the fence to be just as bad as the people, the conservative people, that they are railing against. So let's have a look at this article here. So, the tricky complexities of Maori tapu in today's world. So, wonder what's going on. So you can see this sign here, Wahi Tapu, sacred place, authorized personnel only. So let's have a look. Woman being kept away from a building site in Hamilton is one of the latest examples of traditional Maori tapu raising questions in a modern context for those who don't understand it. So it's okay to exclude women from a building site as long as it's for a Maori building, and obviously the people that would then complain against that just don't understand what's going on, and obviously when it's the other way, then that's not allowed, is it? Sacred or restricted is a simple Te Reo Pākehā definition of tapu, and contrasts with noa, free of tapu, ordinary, unrestricted. A member of the public queried why a fence around Endley land earmarked for a new Te Kohau health centre had signs saying sacred area and no woman allowed. There were none of the latter when a staff reporter visited, just the former. So someone's obviously noticed that you can't say that no women are allowed anymore. But if we go on, they argue that it's okay because it's Maori. If you're Maori, you can be sexist against women, but if you're any other race, Pākehā, European, Indian, Chinese, you can't be sexist against women. But if you're Maori, you can be, because they get away with anything just because of their race. But Te Kohau Managing Director Lady Turiti Moxon confirmed it was Maori tikanga custom that women were not involved in the building of such facilities. So it's just custom that women are not involved in building these things, right? Just as it's custom in Qatar or whatever that women weren't allowed to drive cars. But obviously a lot of the feminists around the world were up against that. And personally, I don't think there should be any restrictions on women to do whatever they want to do. If they want to build a Maori building or a European building, or they want to go and drive, that's perfectly fine by me. But obviously in Maori custom, women are not allowed to be building such facilities. It's about the tapu nature of carving, and when men are in that realm, it's an area for them. So women can't be carvers. What the F? You can't have women carvers, right? It's only for men. Sorry, Maori woman, or even any other woman that might be interested in doing carving. It's not for you. It's only a men's domain. You're not allowed to do that, according to Maori custom. The same tikanga had applied when building Te Kohau's Wairere Drive facility. Women were not permitted to go into the building until it was actually up and blessed, until the tapu was right. So it had to be blessed before women could go into the building. Obviously women are dirty, it has to be blessed beforehand, just so that the women don't taint this building. That's the Maori custom. Moxon hadn't seen inside till the day it was opened. It should be viewed in the realm of Maori tikanga instead of the realm of this is right or wrong for women. Oh. What the F? So yes, it's just Maori custom, right? Maori tikanga, Maori custom. But if it's anything else, then that's, you're not allowed to do that. But for us, Maori people, we're allowed to do that. It wasn't about being sexist in a contemporary sense, Moxon said. Of course it's sexist, it absolutely is. Respected Ngāti Maniapoto Kaumutua and Waikato University Professor Tom Rowe said building was historically a male activity with its own tapu. Well, when you think of it, most of history, most things were built by men as well. But we still allow women into the construction industry, don't we? In the traditional world, construction of a building, the lifting, the heavy parts of construction are most carried out by adult men. Technically, there was nothing stopping a woman being involved, but that could only be done if appropriate rituals were enacted to keep all involved safe. Men and women generally had their own tapu areas. So in Maori custom, women are different from men, right? They're not allowed to do what men do. They have to do their own thing. So there you go. Maori are absolutely sexist towards women. No two things about it, right? Only when certain things are done, you might call them rituals, where we bring the two together. We've done that to allow the two of them to come together safely. You can't have men and women mingling together safely, apparently, in Maori custom. That's not the way you do it. Sounds a bit kind of Middle East Muslim stuff to me there, you know. The issue of whether both men and women speak on the marae during formal proceedings has been a hot topic over the years. Some marae adhere to men only, others are okay about both sexes being spoken. So there's still marae that don't allow women to speak on their marae. How sexist is that? Rose said that for those with male only speaking, it's about male mana, prestige and authority. Oh my god, yes, it's male prestige and authority that we must subjugate women and not allow them to stand up to speak. For some of us, that's a male preserve, and if a woman stands up, she's trampling on male mana. What the F? Similarly, men wouldn't be expected to perform a karanga, a ceremonial call by women, at a po-free welcome. Why not? Surely we've all got equal rights these days. So there you go. It's okay to be sexist towards men and women in Maori culture, but not for anything else. A person's head is considered tapu to them and not open to uninvited touching by strangers. I don't know what that's got to do with it. Obviously, I'm not steeped in the Maori culture. You have to have an intimate relationship with someone before you touch their head. Right, okay, sure. Generally, people should also avoid mixing things to do with the head, such as a hat, and other things such as food. Therefore, no hats on a table. One of the greatest Maori insults was to call someone an upoko kohua boiled head. Because of the spiritual dimension, I don't know what those head stuff has got to do with the topic at hand. Let's just carry on through that. Oh, these are just other tapu and things that Maori also have as well. I'm not going to bother going into that because my main thing for this particular video is obviously that it's okay to be sexist if you're Maori, but if you're non-Maori, you're not allowed to do that, obviously, because non-Maori don't have any culture themselves, right? We don't have cultural customs and things that we should abide by, you know. Generally, it's cultural that only men would become ministers of the church, but now we allow women to do that because that's sexist, but obviously not in Maori culture. You know, you can absolutely ban women from a building site. Try to do that on any other building site in New Zealand which isn't involved with Maori, and you would probably get taken to some sort of commission or something, be taken against you. Anyway, I just thought this was very interesting. As I said, it's an old article. It's the only one I've seen on this, so I'm actually quite surprised that this was actually published in the paper, although it is very limp-wristed and written in a way that doesn't really take the Maori sexism to task. So, you know, not a surprise from Stuff, which is a completely left-wing mainstream media paper. So no surprises there. But, you know, I thought this would be a very interesting thing to bring to light. If you haven't seen it, just search up Tricky Complexities of Maori Tapu in Today's World if you want to read the rest of it. But hopefully you kind of got the gist. So, yep, it's okay to be sexist if you're Maori, but if you're non-Maori, obviously you're not allowed to be sexist because that is offensive to women, but only if you're not a Maori woman, in which case it isn't offensive, you're just banned. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. If you have any comments, if you think my views are completely wrong and there's a specific reason why women aren't allowed, then let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear the reason, other than it's cultural that only males used to do it and they have prestige and authority above women. So I would love to hear those. And if you agree with me, then let me know your comments as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumbs down. And if you like my content, please subscribe. And hopefully I'll be able to produce some more videos which you might find interesting. Alright, that's it from me. Catch you next time. Bye.